How to know if a child is autistic. Hi, my name is Abdi.
And I'm Penny.
We work at Great Ormond Street Hospital for children in England.
Autism spectrum disorder, or autism for short, is a set of lifelong developmental differences. These are differences in how someone learns, behaves, and perceives the world as they grow up. Autism is more common than people think. It's estimated that in a group of 100 children, more than one will be autistic. The word disorder is the official diagnostic term, and this comes from a medical model of autism. But another way of understanding autism is as part of neurodiversity. Neurodiversity refers to all of us, the full range of different and complex human brains that there are in the world.
Most people's brains develop in ways that are broadly compatible with the structures and systems of our society, for example, schools and workplaces. A minority of people's brains have developmental differences that can affect aspects of learning and managing life. People with these brains are sometimes referred to as neurodivergent and include autistic as well as other conditions such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and dyslexia. Each autistic person is different and unique in the way autism affects them. Autism affects the way that someone communicates and interacts socially, and their interests, motivations, and perceptions. Autistic children may find repetition and sameness calming and reassuring. They may be hypersensitive to noise and other sensations.
Who do I speak to if I think a child is autistic? If you think that a child might be autistic and you would like to get support, contact your GP. They can make a referral to your local community paediatrician or child and adolescent mental health team called CAMHS. GP appointments are usually only 10 minutes long, and there's probably a lot you will want to discuss. It might be useful to book a double appointment if possible. It can be helpful to ask a school staff member to write a letter to support the referral. They can give more information about challenges at nursery or at school. School staff might also be able to refer directly to local services. You could also speak to someone at the National Autistic Society or your local parent partnership organisation to discuss the differences you have noticed. What tests help to know if a child is autistic?
Healthcare professionals use specific criteria to decide if autism is the right description of the difficulties a young person is experiencing. These criteria describe various characteristics shown in everyday life and which significantly affect learning, behaviour, or well-being. The signs won't be going away and are present across different contexts, for example, both at home and at school. Assessments will gather information to help identify a young person's ways of communicating, interacting, and behaving, and their needs. It should involve professionals with a range of expertise, such as paediatricians, occupational therapists, speech and language therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists. It should involve interviews with the people who spend a lot of time with the young person, as well as some observations of them playing, communicating, and interacting. It's not always easy to get a diagnosis of autism, as it can affect people in many ways. Some professionals are very skilled in identifying all the presentations of autism, and others may have less experience or training and need to refer to someone more specialist. Boys are more likely to be diagnosed than girls, but more girls may be autistic than was previously thought. There is increasing awareness about autism in girls, but it can still be more difficult to recognise and get support for them and those around them. How do I prepare for an autism assessment?
A GP or health visitor's questions will mainly focus on any signs the young person is displaying in relation to communication, interactions with others, and playing. They will compare their skills and behaviours with young people of the same developmental age. The GP or health visitor may also ask about the pregnancy, a parent's health, and whether there is a history of autism in their family. Before an appointment, it's helpful if you can collect your thoughts and summarise the information that has led to you noticing the differences for the child. There are resources like checklists that can be found online to help you do this. You can also take a partner, a family member, or a friend with you for support.
Can a genetic test tell if someone is autistic? No, there isn't a genetic test for autism. Our genes have a big influence on how we grow up and change throughout our lives. Many genes contribute to differences in the human brain. These genes are also interlinked and can be affected by hormonal and chemical factors in the body.
What causes autism? There is strong evidence that autism can be caused by a variety of factors, all of which affect how a person's brain develops and works. This includes genetic and environmental factors, as well as the hormones and chemicals in our bodies. We don't fully know what causes autism, but we do know that it's not caused by any one thing that a child or young person, parent or carer has done.
What are the challenges of having an autism diagnosis?
It can be stressful to go through assessments, tests and medical appointments. If you're feeling worried about the process, it can be helpful to speak to your diagnostic team, as they may be able to find ways to make you feel more comfortable. It's quite common to feel emotional during and after a diagnosis, and there can be fear of the unknown and uncertainty about the future, as well as stigma the young person and those close to them may face. It's also common to feel a sense of relief that your concerns have been heard and understood. Often, it will take time to understand what a diagnosis means for a young person and the people around them.
Overall, autistic adults tell us that it's better to understand why they feel different rather than having no explanation, which could make a young person feel that they are to blame for their differences and make it harder to have a positive sense of themselves. Many autistic people and those close to them see autism as a positive part of their identity that brings them strengths as well as challenges at times. A diagnosis can help to understand and appreciate a person's ways of seeing the world, to get support, learn to self-advocate, and find environments which are a good fit for them. It can also help them connect with others who share this part of their identity and find social support.